Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. This week I want to talk a little bit about ladders. As is often the case, something triggers between one week and the next, triggers a subject for me. And this week I've observed several cases of people misusing ladders. And I would probably argue that on a construction site specifically, a ladder is the most dangerous piece of equipment we have out there. And statistically, 164,000 people on average visit the emergency room every year due to falls from ladders. So if I'm going to focus on ladders this week, I'd like to focus very specifically on step ladders. Step ladders are incredibly dangerous, and if you look at falls statistically in construction, year in and year out, falls account for more fatalities in construction than any other category. And if you look at that fall category and break it down, falls from step ladders are number one among all falls. Quite a statistic. Why is that the case? Well, misuse is the number one reason for it. Many contractors are going to a ladders last type of a policy now, meaning that you can only use a ladder if you've determined that there's no other way to do the work, and then you have to put together some kind of a job hazard analysis or a ladder safety plan in order to use a ladder. And there's very, very good reason for that. So if you look at your ladder, take a step ladder out, fold it out so that the spreader bars are straight, and you start looking up and down the rails on the ladder, you'll notice that there are probably more warning labels on a ladder than any other tool you could possibly look at. It's amazing. On average, there are 6 or 7 of them. A few things to know is that they're rated at different levels for different weight requirements. So 250 pounds, 300 pounds, 350 pounds. And it's critical to stay within that weight range because they're designed specifically for a certain weight threshold. In addition, there may be new ladders that are designed and the manufacturers allow for them to be leaned, but a step ladder cannot be leaned up against something unless the manufacturer specifically approves that. So again, misuse is so critical. If we're going to use ladders, the number one thing is we really need to teach our people what the hazards are. We need to emphasize how critical it is that all 4 legs of the ladder are even, they're level, and they're not going to move when they climb the ladder. It's critical that they keep their body between the rails. They don't step on the top rail or the top of the ladder, which we've all seen 100 times, and that they try to maintain 3 points of contact at all time. If we follow those basic requirements, we train our people in what is and isn't acceptable, and we monitor their behavior to make sure that they're following that, I think that we can probably significantly limit the number of accidents that result in disabling injuries and fatalities from ladders. So think about that. Maybe a great toolbox topic for next week. Look up some information on it, and we'll see you next Wednesday.